Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we have another update on Young Justice Phantoms. Well, this week's episode of Young Justice Phantoms introduced us not only to Lord Zod, but to his very cultish followers. Throughout the episode, we saw several members of his crew, and during the times of them working, we actually heard them reference the word Rao several times. The Order of Rao is actually a pretty deep dive into Kryptonian mythos, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about what the Order of Rao is and where it might actually be fitting into the show. I think Greg Weisman and crew have dug up another gem. Now before we do this though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the big giveaway. We're going to give away this Oculus Quest 2 at 50,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Well, as many of you know, this week's Young Justice, we really spent a lot of time with Connor Kent in the Phantom Zone. General Zod has finally taken Connor back to his little mini kingdom, and this is where Connor ran into several other Kryptonians, including Ursa, Nod, and Crew L. Now, during the time we spent with them, it became pretty clear to many of us fans, this really is a cult for Zod, and they have an almost religious-like following for the character. Now, this is pretty interesting to me because they kept mentioning the word Rao. And if you're a fan of Superman in the comics, you know this is actually a pretty big deal. Now, Rao in the comics is the Kryptonian deity and the personification of their red sun. He's often worshipped as the god of light and life. But just like any religion, there are incarnations of various sects, and some of them are quite dangerous. And that brings us to the Holy Order of Rao. Now, in case you don't know what it is, the Order of Rao, also known as the Holy Order of Rao, is a group of fanatically religious Kryptonians who are anti-science and basically anti-progress. This creates some rather interesting twists and turns in the comics that I think are about to be replicated here on the show. Now, the main character who leads this cult is somebody known as Zon-Ur, and he was created on an alternate version of Krypton that was actually formed inside the Phantom Zone. This was part of a plan from Brainiac in an attempt to capture Superman within this alternate Krypton. Now, within this world, a Kryptonian known as Zor-Ur arose and became a devoted yet fanatical follower of their sun god. Now, like I said, they are religious fanatics, and they actually raise a holy war that's focused on technology and science, which runs some interesting parallels to our own world and some religious fanatics. Now, whether Greg Weisman and crew are diving deep into this, they're integrating the Order of Rao into Zod's story, or it's just a very well thought out reference for the Kryptonian people trapped in the Phantom Zone, I'm not too sure yet. But many of his followers refer to Rao, and I don't think that was by accident. It's also unclear whether Zon-Ur will actually appear. He's a pretty cool character, and this season of Young Justice has taken some amazing twists and turns that caught us by surprise, but I would be pretty shocked if they introduced another high-powered Kryptonian that could actually rival Zod. Now, if you're a fan of the show Krypton, you might already be familiar with this group. They weren't technically the Holy Order of Rao yet, but that theocracy was on its way and a big part of the downfall of Krypton itself. Now, we don't have a lot of other details about this specifically in this season of Young Justice. I don't think Greg and team put it there by accident, and I suspect we have not heard the last of Rao. But we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? How do you feel about the Holy Order of Rao being referenced by General Zod in Young Justice? And do you think he is actually in control of this religious organization, or is it just something he's glommed onto to control his followers? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.